Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for this Wednesday, April 2nd. The day after April Fool's Day. There wasn't much going on the internet for April Fool's Day. I guess the internet is savvy to April Fools, and not even people were talking about them. Even the people who did April Fool's Day, like news story jokes, just like put up front, this is April Fool's. This is just for, it's not what it used to be. Waking up on April Fool's Day was a totally different beast years ago. Thank you guys for joining me. Good morning and happy Wednesday. As you can kind of see from the background, it's a sunny day here in Philadelphia. Cold, but sunny. So spirits are up. The cold weather can't get me down when the sun's out. So we're good to go on that. Going on to the national holiday or international and national holidays today. What do we got here? So looking at these today, we got Autism Awareness Day today. So bringing some awareness to autism today. Pascua, Florida Day. I'm not sure what Pascua, Florida is. I actually want to look at this. Can we check this out? Yeah, Pascua, Florida. I'm not sure what Pascua, Florida is. Good morning, Aaron. Mr. Media, how's it going? Pascua, Florida. That's a Spanish term, means flowery festival or fest of flowers. Okay, so it's a flower festival. Good to go. All right. I can get down with that. And the last thing we got here is International Children's Book Day. I brought up a book the other day. I'm not sure what the national holiday was, but I want to bring up that book. I forgot the name of the book, so I can't bring it up now. I gotta get the name of this book. But Frank's in that book. Shout out to Frank. Frank, you did your thing in that storybook. I want to say a big thank you and shout out to the members of the channel, for people viewing, for people seeing the rewatch, for the live chat right now, for yeah, all of the members of the Discord, the channel, all the members of just the Rants About Tech family. I really appreciate you guys. We also have, I'm not sure what was going up with the site, but the site is good. I'm not sure what happened, but I should do a video on Square. I gotta jump ship. But the site's up right now. We got t-shirts for sale for a promo if you guys want to support the channel. That's a way to do it right there. We got pins and nibs there as well. We got some new stuff coming to the site here shortly. We have new nibs that I've been talking about for a little while. I got asked a question this morning from someone in the Discord about the nibs. Now, the nibs are coming. I just been having an issue with the actual sheaths for the nibs. Yeah, it's cold in Philly. It's super cold. A warm where you at, Aaron? So I got the nibs are set. It's the sheaths are the issue. So figuring out the logistics of the sheaths now and trying to get them fit perfectly is the thing. If I can't get the sheaths fit perfectly, what I'll do is I'll just start shipping them out in the regular sheaths that I've been using for the last 6 months or so. I wanted to have my own for a totally unique experience. But if this is the way I have to do it, they'll get out one way or another. But those are coming to the people. First, I gotta test them, right? So people that are testing want to get those first, and then I'm gonna have those up on the site shortly after that. I've been using the Supernote one, so this will be a less expensive option. Not because it's not as good, but just because I don't have the overhead that Supernote does. So they're going to be a little less expensive than what the other ones are on the site. But we'll talk about how good they are when the testers get them in hand. But yeah, so that's the thing right there. So thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel in whichever way you see fit. So I appreciate that. What else we got here? Switch 2 stuff. So let's go on to the news we got here. So we got a lot of Switch update stuff today. Their event happened at 9 a.m. this morning on the East Coast. So that's probably going to be the biggest thing happening today in tech. So let's go ahead and talk about that. I got some pictures here. So I don't think anyone has a abridged version or a short version of that particular show. So what I'll do is I'll talk about some details here on the Switch while showing some pictures that I took from the presentation. That presentation was weird. I'm not going to hold you. That was a pretty weird presentation. Did we have them? Yeah. That was a pretty weird presentation there. It was super awkward. It didn't go the way I thought it would go. We still don't know a price of this thing. We still don't know a price of the Switch 2. We know release dates and all of that. I don't think I saw a price. Let's take a look here. Oh no, we don't want this. We'll accept it just to get rid of it. Yeah, so I didn't see a price in the presentation. I'm not. People are saying there was a price, but I literally did not see a price. I saw a release date, but no price. Yeah, so yeah, no price. Yeah, no price. Yeah. So this thing said, that's why you can't believe these clickbait titles and headlines. So they said there was a price, but there was no price. There was no price for this as of yet. But it is coming in June. This thing says June 5th. I don't think I saw June 5th on that on the screen there for me, but I'll take that. It said June. So June 5th. June 5th was the day. So it launches in June 5th. And I'm not sure at what price it's going to launch at. So again, I didn't see that in the presentation. But we do have some pictures. So we'll talk about these pictures I took during the presentation. Because like I said, I don't think anyone has a shorter version and has talked about it yet. It literally just happened. It just got wrapped up 15 minutes ago. I didn't watch the whole event. They started talking about some titles at the end that I wasn't concerned about at all. But yeah, so that's a thing. But we're going to go through these pictures of the event that just happened. Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Sheen. Good morning, Nerdy Ninja. Good to see you guys here. And BM. BM's dabbing early in the morning. Like, The dab makes me want air horns, so we gotta get the air horns going. I love when BM comes in dabbing it up. All right, so yeah, back to the pictures here. So they talked about a new Mario Kart game. They talked about a few games I didn't get pictures of, but I did get a picture of this one. New Mario Kart game coming. Mario Kart games always look good. I just felt so nostalgic looking at this presentation. It's just a good time. It's just a good time. You get with some friends, Mario Kart, friends and family. Mario Kart even brings family together. I don't care how much you don't like your family. You pull out some Mario Kart, you guys are going to have some fun. Okay? You guys are just, you don't have a choice. You're just going to have some fun. So moving on from this here, let's go on to the next picture we got. So we got another picture of from, actually this is called Mario Kart World. So this is like an open world race addition to the Mario Kart universe. So you can go anywhere. As you can see, you got Luigi in the background there off-road. And it's open world, so you can go on the track or you can find shortcuts that are elsewhere in the world. You apparently have to drive from race to race, and that's a part of the gameplay. It's interesting, super interesting. Some more gameplay footage here. We got Donkey Kong here on this little spaceship. Doing some little jumps here. Oh, that's one of the ice worlds. Now, it's open world, so there's one world with a lot of different biomes that you can actually drive from one biome to another biome. You don't need to be doing a race to get from one biome to the other. So that's kind of how the races and the tracks are set up. I thought that was cool. So obviously you're going to be able to do some Tony Hawk style grinding on telephone wires with a cow. And a Vespa. We're doing it. That's a good time right there. We got some more stuff here. I mean, this showed the car going into this trailer right here. I didn't catch the car quick enough, but it went into this trailer, and then the trailer took off, and then it's like blasting people off of the road. It looked fun. It looks fun. It's Mario Kart, so it's definitely going to be fun. The visuals are next level. I really like the visuals they have here going on. Again, here we go. This is showing the whole map. So like I said, it's a world that you can, an open world that you can drive from one biome to the next. You can see the snowy, freezy biome at the top right there. And then you got like the green in the middle. And then towards the far left, you got like some hot zones there, volcanoes, a desert. Yeah, so it's interesting to say the least, especially the new format that they're going with here. And I'm not sure if they're going to do this format with every Mario Kart game going forward, but this is definitely a welcome addition. And that's that free roam I was talking about, where it's open world. You can drive kind of anywhere. Let's go to the chat real quick before we continue on with these pictures. I thought they were saying today was pre-order day originally. Weird. No, yeah. I think that might have been a, yeah, you know what? They did say that initially. They did say pre-orders were going to go out April 2nd. They didn't mention pre-orders though. They just mentioned being able to buy it in June. And everything is going to be available in June that I'm talking about here today too. Surely they know the price and day of release. It's been frustrating to gamers to hear crickets from Nintendo. Don't play with gamers when it comes to release and prices. For real. For real. I'm not sure why they wouldn't talk about price. The Switch, the original, launched at $300. I'm going to guess this is going to launch up at about $400. Maybe $350, $349. $349, $399 is where I see this landing at. Just because of the added tech they have in this thing. Like the Switch, like I could see if this was just a better processor, better screen or whatever. They're doing some really unique stuff with this. Completely agree, Doctor. And this seems strange for sure. A really weird launch. Yeah, the presentation was like weird too. It was voice overed, and for some of the people in the video, I could see there being a voiceover for. But it seemed like even the American actors had voiceover. It was very strange. It was very strange. Could it be because of tariffs? Ooh, that's a good point, eInk. Tariffs are definitely going to affect the pricing. Like I said, I see this coming in at about $400 though. Tariff or no tariffs, I don't think. Yeah, $400. That's what I predict to Ninja, Nerdy Ninja. I think this is going to be around that price point. They can't make it any too much more than that, right? I mean, if they go over 400, now we got a problem. I think we got a problem if that happens. All right, so they talked about some playing together with friends online and showing video and audio of that. So we can see a picture down here. You see 4 screens at the bottom, right, of all 4 people that are playing the game. And then they extended this forward to adding a camera as well. So we see another case of this 4-player play. And it's cool. You can see the other people's screens, right? That's kind of cool. The Joy-Cons are mice. They did confirm that during the launch event. So these will be mouse control compatibles in both of them. So you can use them for like first-person shooters, how you would a keyboard and mouse. They have some unique other games that they were using and showing this off with as well. And there you go, seeing it used as a mouse. Oversized buttons. There's cooling on the actual dock now. I'm not sure I don't think the first one had cooling. This was very unique. They showed off a game that's more of a tutorial. It's kind of like a game that walks you through how to use the Switch 2. It walks you through all the new features. It's a game that walks you through how all the technology works. Like it explains how the magnets work and where they are in the system, and that there's a tidbit I didn't know as well, is that the magnets in the controller that connect the controller to the actual device they have a charge. So they're I forgot what they call that process, where the magnets are charged and that charge creates a more secure connection. It kind of keeps them together. During the event, that technology is being used in the Switch 2 for the controllers. But what do we got here for? Oh, there's a C button. So the C button here, we talked about these people playing multiplayer on here. Hitting the C button that's on the controller, a new button on the controllers, will allow you to open like a chat window. So people can see you can chat with them, and it's like a in-system chat software. So that was really interesting as well, for them to put that in there. Most systems have that though. And so it's nice to see the Switch catch up in that area. This is another thing I was talking about, where they were showing you where the magnets are, which is a part of the game. It goes into quite a bit of detail on the specs of the actual device. So I thought that was super interesting. A regular style controller for the Switch 2. And there's a developer blog on the Switch 2 site that I think was launched right after the web event. So if you want a little bit more information on this particular thing from the people who created it, there is a blog post on the Nintendo Switch 2 site let's take a look at that actually. I haven't seen this. I haven't gone to it yet, so I'm not sure if it's up, but it's supposed to be up. Yeah, so the Nintendo Switch 2 site is up here. And the trailer is there. The blog post is going to be here. If like I said, if you want to get some information from the people who made the device, I'm sure they're going to go into a lot more detail. I'm going to take in that as well. Oh, so they have experience dates here. So yeah, still don't have a price for this thing. But you can have if you're in New York City, Dallas, or Los Angeles, there's dates here to where you can meet up with. I guess they got some pop-up shops or something like that coming, to where you can actually use a Nintendo Switch 2 at one of these locations here. So that might be worth looking into there. Oh boy, my bad. I'm showing the wrong thing. All right, so this is the site right here. So this is the site where that developer blog is going to be, and also, like I said, this is where they were talking about the dates that they're going to be here in New York City, Dallas, and Los Angeles for those dates. If you want to try these out and you live in those areas, it'll be available there. All right, what else we got here? All right, some more pictures here. This is Mario. It's like their party game. Oh. So I didn't write down the name of this party game here, but this is like a Mario party game. I think Jamboree. There we go. Jamboree TV. Jeez. I'm not big into Mario Party games. They're fun. They're okay. I'm more into the Zelda, Mario Kart, Mario type of deal. The play together stuff is what I really like. So these are the a couple titles they're going to release for Nintendo Switch 2 that are actually Nintendo Switch titles, but these are Nintendo Switch 2 remakes that they'll have. So they'll have 3 different types of games for the Nintendo Switch 2. There'll be the actual Nintendo Switch 2 titles. There'll be the remakes like the ones that are here now, and then there'll be the backwards compatible games that you can use from the Switch itself. So those are the type of games that come in. This is just a remake of Breath of the Wild. And then they got a remake of the Kirby game. They have a remake of Metroid Beyond. Pokemon Legends A to Z, they got a remake of as well. This is a unique game that used both for the Joy-Cons. I was not impressed by it, though. I'm like, that looks cumbersome as crap. I get what they're trying to do here, but it just looks super cumbersome. Super cumbersome. Hades 2. The Rex and these things are pretty much all about... whoa, why I got those in there? I got lots of those, apparently. Okay, there we go. Split Fiction. So these are all like third-party games that they have. They didn't have any real big third-party titles announced for the Switch 2. Most of the titles that they talked about, they were third-party. Like EA Sports talked about Madden. They didn't show it. They also talked about FIFA. They didn't show that either. So none of the big titles were shown or really talked about, really. So Nintendo's never really been big on their third-party titles. That's not why they are around. But it's just cool to see that they have some developers that are working on stuff. And one big name, which is EA. None of the other names that they talked about were big names for third parties. But like I said, Nintendo's never relied on third-party support. They're a real big first-party games company. So I just expect their games to be really good and for them to depend on their first-party games and titles to sell consoles. So that's going to be it. Like I said, June 5th is going to be the release date for that. No price yet, but the site is up. So if you want more information, you can go and get it there. All right, let's get into the regular news here. All right, so can Notebook LM replace Obsidian? This is a question I've come across a lot now that Notebook LM has mind maps. I mentioned this in a live like last week, I think, and I got flamed for it. You guys were like, no, absolutely not. But I've come across a couple of stories. Let's see if we can take a look here. Notebook LM. I'm not, like I said, I'm not versed in Obsidian, so I'm not sure what all of its features are. I'm pretty well versed on Notebook LM though. But what do you guys think? If any one of you guys out there use Obsidian, what are your thoughts on, and from what you know of Notebook LM, which is the live podcast that you can have any documentation made a podcast of, mind maps, which I hear aren't exactly the same as how Obsidian handles their, let me see if I can find that right here. See if I can get a graphical representation up. So this is the article I saw right here. Let's take a look. And the headline was "Forget Notion and Obsidian. 5 reasons Google's AI note-taking tool is the future of productivity." And they're talking about Notebook LM right there. What do we think? Thing or not a thing? I want to get a visual of mind maps. Oh, whoa. Can we do this? All right, there we go. Let's look at mind maps. So this is mind maps from Google. Let's get images of this. So we got mind maps from Google's thing right here. And this is basically it's a branching connections diagram. And then we have Obsidian. What do we call the Obsidian's like connection tools? maybe images of that. Oh, whoa. Okay, if it looks anything like this, yeah, it's not the same. if you're, I don't know what they call this though. What do we call this view, chat? Sheen says, I don't use mind maps, but Ed does extensively and never had enough on my mind to map. This would be an Ed question. Yeah, most definitely. I know Ed's real big in Obsidian. But I'm not sure how much experience or if Ed's even interested in using Notebook LM. I have to talk to him about that. But I want to know what these things are called now. None of it's on my mind. I don't know what they're called. Are these mind? Is this a mind map as well? Does the city have mind maps? Okay, so it's called mind maps there too. All right. So yeah, they're just mind maps done in it looks like mind maps done in a different way. A couple things. So let's go over these reasons why this particular gentleman thought that it could replace Obsidian. Contextual understanding of and question answering. So this is something that we're gonna go over all of these little points right here because I don't have extensive knowledge of Obsidian, but I can speak to some of the points this gentleman's making. So contextual understanding and question answering. So one of the things I like about Notebook LM and really just Gemini and as a whole, right? When you're using Google Gemini, one of the good things about it is that it takes action on your data. Oh, they call them neural nets. Thank you, BM. That's the term that was eluding me there. All right, so I like that Gemini takes action on your No, I think that is a term, neural net, BM. Well, at least that's the term I was looking for. That may not be the correct term that they use. Yeah, that might be mind map, but neural net was the term that I was looking for. I like that Gemini takes action on your data. So when you input data into your Gemini chat window or whatever version of Gemini, if you're using Notebook LM, it's Gemini being used there as well. It takes action on your data. You put it in, it says, hey, these are the correlations I've made in your data. This is what I think your data is. This is how I think you can best utilize this data. Here's some key stats on that data that you just put in. So even if you don't know yourself what to do with the data, it's giving you some hints as to what it thinks you can do and should be doing with that data, and gives you some suggestions on what it can do with that data. Would you like me to do this? Would you like me to do that? Would you like me to format it this way? It's proactive. So that's one of the things I like about it. And that's kind of what this person is saying right here. It's proactive. It works on your data. Number 4 is a PKM system that actually works. Now, I can't speak to that. Personal knowledge management is something that a term that I'm just getting familiar with. I'm familiar with the concept. The term, though, this is some new age stuff for me. It's not something I've come across ever in the corporate world. but the concept of PKM is definitely something I'm familiar with. So make your knowledge work for you. So basically what he's saying is, while notation offers excellent flexibility and organizing information, navigating those databases can be tricky without clear connections. At times, it requires significant manual effort to establish relationships between notes. So I guess he's talking about, again, being proactive. Not only does it take action on your information, it makes those connections for you, those neural net connections that BM was talking about, or the mind map connections that Sheik was talking about. It makes those connections for you, so you don't have to manually go in and do those things. So I can't speak to the usefulness of that. So we got the fact that it takes action on your data. and it manually or it automatically makes connections in your data. So that's two really good points in my book. If Obsidian can't do those two things, I'm looking at it right now. The third thing is a neat AI integration. Surpasses every note-taking app. Wow. Okay. So AI integration. So from my understanding, Obsidian doesn't have AI integration. So this is another one up, right? I mean, I can't argue with that. Obsidian lacks any kind of AI add-on. While Notation AI primarily focuses on writing tasks, but its understanding of your workspace is limited. In contrast, Notebook LM is designed with AI as its fundamental engine. As I mentioned earlier, it understands the relationships between all of the sources within your notebook. It can draw connections between disparate data points and provide detailed answers. My absolute favorite feature is an audio overview. Here too, virtual hosts will discuss the main topics from your sources in an engaging manner. All right, I agree with that. So I understand and agree with all of the points being made so far, making the case for Notebook LM over Obsidian, and he's pointing out the notation here as well, or she. Let me see who's reading, who's got this. Oh, it doesn't say you wrote it. Very interesting. Maybe at the top of the page. Oh yeah, we got it at the top. Parth. Yep, he. So yeah, he's including Notion in this as well. All right, 2, support for mind maps. So this is where I thought he was going well, this is the part where I thought he was going in the fourth thing here. Automatically creates the mind maps for you. The number one thing he likes most about it is the collaborate like a pro. So there's collaboration tools in Notebook LM. Notebook LM allows you to share an entire notebook with collaborators. You can either grant them access to all the sources, notes, and mind maps, or limit the permissions to chat only. This is quite handy for team projects, collaborative research, or knowledge sharing within organizations. Notebook LM's welcome note feature, well, this is what I thought was really interesting. The fact that there's a way to onboard, if you will, people who you're going to be sharing your notes with, to acclimate them to what your notes are, how you've gone about organizing them. Man, okay, anyway. Notebook LM's welcome feature allows you to provide context and guidance to collaborators when they access a shared notebook. After all, not everyone will be familiar with your notebook. It is a useful feature for onboarding new team members to a project. I really like that. So these are 5 really good points. I mean, I can't argue with any of them. I mean, the fact that a PKM system that actually works, I mean, Obsidian and Notion works for tons of people. So to say that this is the only one that actually works, maybe I disagree with that. But if they're saying actually works and that it actually works for you, it's working on your data, suggesting things for your data, giving you ideas and ways that you could use your data. Okay, cool. I can see that. I can see that being a thing. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I'm going to give it a try. I mean, I've been giving Notebook LM a try for a long time now. A couple of years now I've been using Notebook LM. But it hasn't had this audio podcast feature. I mean, that's just come in the last year or so. But I will be try to use Notion and Obsidian because I'm tired of people talking about Obsidian and me not knowing what the crap they're talking about. I want to be a part of the Obsidian conversation. So I'm going to learn Obsidian too. Just see how it works, see how it compares. I don't like the mind map feature in Notebook LM. I don't think it's very useful. So even if I have to create these connections manually in Obsidian, if they work better and present information or connect information in a more meaningful way, then I'm with that. All right, what else we got here? We have the actual note-taking on the XP pen. I was going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about that. It's just, it doesn't seem like something that's super interesting to me. I wrote it down because I'm just like, I'm seeing it everywhere. I know people who draw have it, and they're like, oh, it's a good drawing tablet. I'm like, but yeah, how does the note-taking though? Maybe I should look at me a video. I'll go find some videos. I'll go find some videos. But yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not doing that today. We'll go to the chat and then we'll go on to the next story. Sheen says I deal with PKM all the time, and I agree with him. Okay, there we go. Bam. Like I said, I agree with all the points this gentleman made in that article. 100%. 100%. I agree with all of it. Where are we at? Okay. So, back to the chat. I think Obsidian will have to up its game and AI if it wants to keep up. Wow, that's a bold statement, eInk. Wow, I did not expect that to come out of anyone today. About Obsidian. Whoa, calm down. It would be the cost of the service. Obsidian is free. Well, Notebook LM is free as well. Or if you're talking about Notion may not be free, but Notebook LM is free. It's a classroom tool nowadays. Like it's a legit classroom tool. I'm not sure what the percentages are on that, but it's definitely being used in the classrooms as a tool today. Whoa, my bad. I'm not sure if I want AI in all of my notes. I got news for you, Mr. Media. It already is. It already is. Does Viwoods AI in the Notes app do something similar in analyzing your notes? Yes, it does. Not in the way that it's making connections on your notes for you, but just in a way that it'll analyze your notes for stuff, grammatical things, reformatting, ideas on how to further the writing. Those kind of things is what the Viwoods does. They just came out with another update, though. I got to get on there and work through that. Viwoods review coming soon too. I know I say that. Reviews are so hard for me to do. They're so hard to do. But let's go ahead and get to the next story here. Which we got Nvidia AI chatbot for gaming. Are we with? I mean, I like a little bit of help with my gaming. But when people are like, "Oh, I need the AI in my gaming to help me through the gaming," I don't know. I don't know about that. Now, if you're doing stuff like, okay, like one of example was an example of someone who wanted to overclock their system. I used to overclock when I was younger. I'm not about that life anymore. I'm not about putting the time into the research to learn how to do that. I'm not with the risk of tearing my machine up because I don't know what I'm doing. That was what I was willing to take when I was younger. Not anymore. I need things to be reliable now. So no overclocking for me. But if an AI knew how I use my system and were like, hey, I can get you about 15% more power, judging from how you use your system, would you like me to tweak this for you? I might be inclined to be like, okay, maybe. I might be inclined to be okay with that. Let's see here. Oh, no. We don't want that. Oh, we don't want that. We want a story. We want an AI chatbot from Nvidia story. All right, here we go. So this GeForce introducing Nvidia Ace for games. Spark life into virtual characters. Oh, this is. So they are introducing other ways of using AI in here. I didn't think we were getting into all of that. So it's basically Nvidia Ace for games. You're gonna get no, it's not. This is not it. This is NBC building. Okay, yeah, this is a part of it too. So not only will you get help with like your gameplay and overclocking systems, maybe even getting help with for running your lights on your computer, like your Razer lights. Can we see? We can't. Oh, those customizing those, making those do what you want them to do by a simple text prompt. So those things would be cool. They're also going into AI with making AI tools for people who want to use AI generation for NPCs and gameplay, which I think, to me, that was the first thing I thought of when AI first came on the scene with games. I thought developers are going to love this because they can make NPCs that are more dynamic. that have AI that you can actually have a back and forth conversation with, and it not be the same scripted text that we've gotten used to with NPCs in gaming these days. I thought that would be the first thing developers did. It was not, but we're getting there with Nvidia. Definitely Nvidia is building the framework for those kind of things, not just for the overclocking and the light displays like I was just talking about. Maybe even system setting optimizations, just that are not graphical, but just your core system settings. That would be cool. But also they're taking it to the game development and making tools for people who make games to use AI in their gaming worlds, as it were. Let's go to the chat real quick. Oh, wow, my bad. Okay. Oh, it's still on top chat. Oh, my goodness, my bad. Okay, listen. I said this in another live. I have to start changing. Well, I don't know why YouTube does that. I don't know why YouTube is the default is just to show you top chats. Like, what? Like, I'm not that, like, my channel isn't that big to where I got hundreds of chats scrolling at a time. That shouldn't be the default. I think AI should be used in Google systems to say, well, before we make the default only top chats, maybe we should see what the chat flow is like. If he's getting like one chat a minute, there's no need for top chats if that's the case. My bad, you guys. I missed a ton of chats. Whoa, my bad. My bad, you guys. Okay, so let's get through this chat real quick. Let's get to the chat. Okay, so let me get to the very top. Nerdy Ninja, the teaser video are not satisfying. They want specifics and dates. Come on, man. Taking my Steam Deck and going home. No doubt. I'm with that. All right. We're going through all the chats again now, you guys. I think that was the only one I missed up top. Okay, here we go. Sheen says, it takes too much time to link ideas. If Notebook LM could parse that for me, I would definitely use it. That's a good use case for Notebook LM. It does a good job with that, Sheen. I would try it. If you are big on Obsidian or notation, I think you owe it to yourself to try Notebook LM. If for nothing else, that audio podcasting is phenomenal. And to be able to question it on stuff, phenomenal. Now, the mind map stuff I'm getting used to, so I have to figure that out, but I'm not there yet. Oh, yeah, here we go. Aaron says, does Viwoods AI... Oh, I think we got that one. Sheink says, Rod, you have top chat clicked again. Thank you, Sheink. See, it hit that, so I didn't even see that till just now. BM, Obsidian is live only on your system. Oh, Obsidian lives only on your system. Okay, that's a plus. That's an advantage for Obsidian, it being a local thing versus Notebook LM, which is certainly your data is on the internet. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say on the internet, but it's definitely traveling on the internet. Sorry everyone, he doesn't know he's missing comments. Yeah, my bad. Okay, but there we go. My bad. Oh, sorry. I think we caught up with the comments. My bad, everyone. Thank you, Sheink. Sheink, you're such a good help. Thank you so much, Sheink, for being here and being such an awesome person. You know what I'm about to do right now? We're gonna do this later. But right now, I feel like it's a good time to do this. Can I do this? I can't. I was just about to make Sheen, see if she wanted to help me out with the mod in the YouTube, because man, she saw that and had no clue. So, Sheen, you're awesome, so thank you again. I can't thank you enough. All right, so I got all the chats out the way. Again, if I missed your chat, my bad. I had like top chat on, which is the default. It's on live chat now, so I should see them all. All right, good to go. Let's continue. Banks. Whoa. Banks verifying you by your voice. Has anyone seen this? Is this a thing? Should I be concerned? I think I am. All right, so we got banks that are verifying people by their voice. I don't know how I feel about that. The first thing I think when I heard that was, well, if banks are doing it, it's got to be safe, because banks aren't going to change. Like, banks will live on the oldest systems around because it's safe and secure. They know it. So if banks are changing something, they're rolling out something different. Well, you know what though? Let me just. Ooh, voice fit. All right, here we go. So this is AI talking about this, but let's see what AI has to say. But yeah, I got access to my last bank transaction, and I thought, what is going on? I of course opted into it, right? Because that's just me. But I thought, man, if banks are using it, it must be good. But then I thought, this is the same bank that used palm recognition for a while. And when I say for a while, I meant 2 weeks. About 5 years ago, they went to like palm recognition, and so you didn't have to know your passcode and all that when you went up to the teller. You just put your palm on the table, and it would just recognize you, and they'd say, "Hey, Mr. Wortham, thanks for coming in today. How can I help you?" That literally lasted for 2 weeks. Those palm readers are still on the desk from 5 years ago. Like, I'm like, it didn't work. Get rid of them. Like, why are you saving this stuff? So anyway, but that reminds me of this. So I thought, well, if banks are using it, it must be good. It must be secure. Maybe not. They thought the Palm stuff was good and secure, and they abandoned that thing with the quickness. It didn't take long at all. So I'm not sure how I feel about this. But let's go ahead and see what we got. Banks are increasingly using voice verification, a biometric authentication method, to verify customer identities over the phone, offering a more secure and convenient alternative to traditional methods like security questions. The reason why I opt in is because I absolutely hate security questions. For one, I forget them. There's so many places I have to call, and then they all got different security questions because the criteria for your security questions are different for a multitude of places. So they can't be the same thing. One place says, oh, it can't be a number. It has to be a name. One person's like, it can be a number, but it has to start with this and end with this. Like, there's so many stipulations. So you can't have one blanket one, which is what I would like to have. Maybe a blanket one with some altercation sprinkled in just to trick people and fool you. I'll do that. That's a good time. But yeah, so what else we got here? How it works. Banks use AI and machine learning to analyze the customer's voice characteristics, pitch, tone, cadence to create a unique voice print, which they did while I was on the phone with them. And I was on the phone with them trying to get a new bank card, which I was upset about because I contacted them like 3 weeks ago and said, hey, I received that my bank card is ending. The due date is coming. I want to make sure you got the right address on file so there's no problems. Yes, Mr. Wortham, you're good to go. Right address. What's your address? Oh, that's the one. That's it. Got the right address on file. When we send that card out, it's going right to that address. You're good to go. You've had nothing to worry about, sir. Have a great day. I'm like, oh, thank you. Would you like to take a survey? Absolutely. You're fabulous. I would love to take a survey. What I didn't know, though, and clearly what this person didn't know, was they had already sent my card to the old address. Sure to be sent out to your new address. You got it. It's going right there for you. It was already sent out when they said that. Like, anyway, moving on. When a customer calls, the system compares their voice and stored voice print to verify their identity. Like I said, while I was on the phone with this gentleman talking about my card, they were collecting all the data they needed for this voice imprint. So, and then they asked me, "Oh, would you like to opt in to our voice program?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure. What do I have to do? Nothing. You're already in." I'm like, how is this opt in when you did it without me knowing? And the only reason I know you did it is because I'm opting in now, and you're just telling me, "Oh, the recording is made, sir. You're good to go. Next time you call, our system has been trained on your voice from this call." So, anyway, I thought that was interesting. I thought that was super interesting. Let's go to the chat real quick. Mr. Media says, yes, my bank does it. Have you opted into it, Aaron? Let me know how you feel about that. Jennifer Dubé, I can't stay, but we'll come back for the replay. Anyone here of Xnote? Saw a short yesterday, and it seems pretty cool, but not eInk. Yes, we were talking about this, the XP Pen Xnote thing. Good for drawing. we don't know how good it is for note taking, which is what I posed here earlier. We skipped it though. I was too tired of seeing it, and I'm like, oh, of course it's probably not good because no one's talking about it note taking. Are we? Oh, maybe I'm back. Okay, I think I'm back. All right. My bad, you guys. I don't know what happened. I went to go move the computer, but we lost the feed for a second. So we're back now, though. What are we talking about, though? Oh, let's get back to it. The voice prints. So talking about the voice analyzation for the banks that they're using. So I'm cool with it. Like, I just think it was weird that I got asked after the fact if I wanted to join in when they had already done the recording. But anyway, looks like I'm back. Okay. Okay, so what else we got here? We know it's convenient. We know it's fast, but how secure is it? Which is what I was concerned about. Voice verification is considered more secure than traditional methods because only an individual's voice can match their voice print. So maybe that's why they're doing it. They feel like it's way more secure. I know it's better than the password thing. You know what I mean? I know it's better than that. You can't get pictures over these phone things. So the voice does seem like a very good way to do it if it's secure. And from what we can see here, or from what I can gather, it seems like one of the most secure ways to do it, depending on how the software is working. But yeah, there we go. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Oh, where are we at? Oh, can we move this? We can. All right, man. Okay, all right. Let's get the voice over here. Okay, here we go. I had to get everything set up again. For some reason, when I lost video, everything went crazy. But we're good to go. All right. Next story we got up here is going to be, what else we got here? Hanvon N10 Pro launched. So if you've been watching the channel, you know that I like the Penstar eNote system for a few reasons. It hasn't supplanted anything in my rotation. It's not that good, but it's good. Especially if you want a different experience with the pen-only input on there. It was very good. And in my review, I said it was a very good first attempt, and it really is. A couple things they need to work on, but a very good first attempt. This second attempt, though, is really good. So they've done a few things with the Hanvon N10. Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick. So the N10 Pro, new Android tablet with eInk display and stylus launches. So the N10 Pro is a new eInk tablet that's designed for reading books, but also, well, you know what? I'm not even going to go through this article thing because I probably have more information on this device than they do. But this is a device I saw at CES. This is a device I got an interview with the people at Penstar to talk about. So I got some really good firsthand knowledge on this, and it is going to be here in the fall. So this year in the fall, this product should be launching. And when I say fall, probably September-ish. We're going to see these devices here in the US, but they have launched I think in China. In that market, but we haven't gotten them here yet. A couple things on the N10. We have Android 14 coming on this device. We have a 300 ppi Carta 1200 screen on this device as well, which that's a big deal to me because I'm increasingly concerned about these Carta 1300 panels and the new backplane that they have on them and the ghosting situation. Like, I am super skeptical of it. So I almost don't want to buy any new devices that have the Carta 1300 screen, but this is Carta 1200, so we're good to go. 300 ppi, I'm with that. 128 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage, and a 6,500 milliamp hour battery, which they've always had really good battery sizes in the eNote devices, all of them. Along with this device, they don't mention it here, but they will be releasing a eNote Pro. It's not an eNote Pro Mini, it's just an eNote Mini. But it's designed after the Pro device, and it has a lot of the spec bumps that the Pro device has. It's not modeled after the original eNote. It's modeled after the eNote Pro, as it were. A couple things I like about this device when I saw it at CES, the way the pen sits on the side there. You can see the pen is sitting on the side. It's not magnetic. There's a clip on the side of the device that's actually built into the device. It's a cavity that you can slide the pen's clip into, and the pen is held into place by that connection there. It's very ingenious. I really do like the way they did that. Having a pen with a clip be able to attach to the actual device without adding any bulk. That was clutch. The new device is not just pen input only. It will be pen and touch input. I thought they would have did touch only input for the Notes app. I talked to one of the developers, said that they may do that. Just make the Notes app where you can only use the pen, which I think would be beautiful. I would love that. Or at least give me the option to make the Notes app just be able to input with just the pen, right? Kind of like all other devices do, but all other devices it's universal. You can cut the touch input off, or you can have it on. I would like them to specify here and say, hey, yeah, we'll give you that option if just in the Notes app if you want it, and we'll let you use touch everywhere else if you want. That would be clutch to get that option. So a lot of good things I like about this. They have buttons on the side. The version I saw also had touch capacitive buttons beside the physical buttons. I liked that a lot. If they would have just gone with all touch capacitive buttons and let you configure those and program those for what you want, that would have been cool too. But from what I understand, the representative said that they were getting rid of those touch sensitive buttons in favor of just the physical buttons. So you may or may not see those context sensitive buttons, which I thought was very cool. But anyway, very nice additions to the eNote with the eNote Pro here. What else we got here as far as specs that we can look at? The cost is around $430 on the Chinese market. I don't. That's what they say as far as much as the cost kind of translates to here in the US is $430. I can see that. I think $499 though. It's going to come with a case. It's going to come with a pen. I think $499 is going to be the spot they do here, especially, like I said, we talked about earlier with the tariffs that are taking place. Yeah, $499 is I think the price they're going to shoot for here in the fall. So we can look forward to that. What else we got here? The next story we got here is Supernote stickers. I beat this story down, and we don't need to do that again. We don't need to have the Supernote stickers conversation again. But I will say this: they have a video. Where's that video at? They had a video that I wanted to see though. Oh, I got rid of it. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so maybe not. I had a short queued up, showing some use cases for the stickers, but I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go on that. There's no need to do that. What else we got here? Apple enables RCS on iOS 18.4. Let's talk about it. RCS on iPhone, I think, is a big deal simply because it allows iPhones and Android phones to talk in a reliable way and share pictures that are full resolution, to get actual emojis instead of a text saying, hey, someone sent you a smiley face, someone hearted your message just now, those kind of things. Let's see if we can get that up here. So I think it's a big deal whenever... There we go. So I think it's a big deal whenever you have interoperability and some kind of cross-compatibility between devices and platforms here. So iOS 18.4 Message app adds RCS features for lots of new users. So this was something we talked about a couple of weeks ago that they were going to launch. It hadn't launched yet, or they hadn't enabled those features yet, but apparently they're enabling those features now. Apple's Message app just got some big upgrades in iOS 18, but one of the biggest potential impacts, RCS support, has had a slow rollout among some carriers. Unfortunately, in iOS 18.4, or fortunately in iOS 18.4, Messages is bringing the feature to a lot of new users, including those on Google Fi, Mint Mobile, and more. And we talked about it coming to Google or being enabled for iPhone users who are on or Google Fi as a service. So that I think was a story we talked about last week. RCS is the best way for iPhone and Android users to message each other. Unlike the longtime SMS standard, RCS enables a variety of great iMessage-like features, even in your green bubble threads. So like I said, just better interoperability, better cross-platform compatibility is always welcome in the market. Let's get to the last story we got here, which is going to be Meta Hypernova, which is a new set of Meta Ray-Ban-ish type glasses with a screen. All right, so let's get to this last story we have here. Do I have it queued up? Oh, where is it? Oh, we don't. We don't. Let's look at the Meta Ray-Bans Havalons. Meta Hypernova. And they're $1,000. Meta's $1,000 smart glasses will likely have a tiny display and a potential problem with interoperability. And we just talked about interoperability just now and compatibility. It's not going to be good. Not going to be good. $1,000, they look Ray-Ban-ish, right? Maybe have a little screen on them. Meta's next step on its quest to reign over the bouldering market of AR glasses may demand a hefty chunk of your wallet. The Mark Zuckerberg-led company is reportedly planning for new glasses codenamed Hypernova that could cost well over $1,000 for the sake of a tiny heads-up display built into the lenses. Yes, that's expensive, but Meta's real struggle will be making sure it runs on software that doesn't make us want to throw its expensive glasses off a cliff. I think it's interesting. $1,000 for a pair of Meta Ray-Ban glasses with a screen. Wait. This isn't. Okay, never mind. I thought this wasn't a April Fool's joke, was it? It did come out yesterday. It's not. I checked this out with sources. I'm like, oh, wait, this made me think twice about it though. $1,000 for a screen in your glasses. Will we pay that? I thought about it, and I'm like, would I pay $1,000 to have a screen in the glasses? What would be cool about that? You know what? If it only showed me notifications, you know what I mean? Like a small little, like a little banner that scrolled across and showed me notifications, or a banner that just came across the bottom or something that I can look at and see who the call's coming from, see who that message was from, maybe even see what the message is. No, I wouldn't want to read a message that way. But to see who it's coming from would be cool. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't know if $900 would be worth that, or $1,000 would be worth that, but I would definitely do a small screen in the glasses. Just something that just came up. Let me know what the notification is, and it just goes away. I saw a pair of glasses at CES that I watched the episode of Peppa Pig in. It was nice. I didn't get a headache from it. I wasn't like woozy from it, which, let's be honest, with me, anything makes me seasick, okay? Screens moving too fast. If I move my head too fast, I might get seasick. So, but it never got that way with me. So yeah, I think it's technology that could be used really well if it came at a good price point. Is $1,000 that price point? I don't know. I don't think $1,000 is that price point. But I guess we'll see. We'll see. Let's go to the chat and see what's going on here. Aaron said those stickers are still trash. That's why I didn't talk about them. I was like, I'm not gonna. All I'm gonna do is call them trash, and that's no. I don't want to bring them up just to call them trash. I do like the fact that you can do it though. Like I said, that the clip art that they introduced, and yeah, I'm calling them clip art that they introduced. Essentially takes over my icons folder or icons notebook. So basically, what I used to do before this was I used to drew a bunch of icons, and when I needed another icon for something, and I call them icons, not stickers or whatever, but they're clip art now. When I needed something else to represent something that I needed graphically, I would draw it and put it in a note that I called icons. And so whenever I was like drawing something or writing something up, and I knew I was going to need those icons for whatever reason, I would go into that note first, take a page, copy the page out of that, put that page in the new note so I can just go to that page, copy the icon I need, go to the page I want to put it, and put it there, right? This saves me from having to do that. I don't need that icons folder or icons notebook anymore. And I have a whole host of new icons that I don't have to draw myself. So it works. But I do agree that they should have had some more professional ones in there. I do wish that. Oh, Sheen says I still have no audio. I hope we're good now. I hope we're good. I hope we were good shortly after that. Sheen said, laugh aloud. Me too. Right back out the reboot. Yeah, I hope we can turn touch input off. Sheen says, I hope we can turn touch input off if we don't want it. And this is pertaining to the N10. I hope so as well. I hope that's something we can turn off if we don't want it. Even more important, I hope it's something we can turn off in the apps that we don't want it. If it's app specific, that would be even cool. Now that I'm thinking about it, no, the touch isn't on Boox devices isn't app specific. It's global. Aaron says stickers are still trash, without a doubt. No, I'm not paying that much when I can easily look at my phone. Yeah, 1990s have called and they want their clip art back. Absolutely, Nerdy Ninja, for sure. But you know what, though? I like this debate. I like the fact that we have this debate on clip art, icons, and stickers. It's cool. It's fun. It's old world meets new. Oh, if you know who Clippy is, then you're from my generation. If you know who Clippy is. I mean, Clippy was my hero back in the day. Didn't work for anything. Wasn't very, very good. But just the thought of Clippy is fun. It's a fun thought. All right, everyone. That's going to be the show for today. I'm glad you guys could join me. I hope you got something from the Switch 2 info off the top. I'm so excited about that thing. I am super excited about that thing. Especially Mario Kart. It's a good time. Nostalgia made me feel things right in here when I saw that. Again, normal times for the live shows, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever. We do these on Saturday evenings too at 7 p.m. Eastern time, all times Eastern time, to kind of also whenever. I do YouTube videos on eInk. We're getting back to those now that production has really stopped for me. I'm done designing, producing, and all that. That's good to go. Now I'm diving. Now it's time to dive back into the videos. I was talking about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, it's time. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. YouTube video rod coming real soon. And thank you all again for being awesome, and enjoy the rest of your week. Happy Hump Day. Take care, everyone.